What is going on? It's Nate and I'm back with another video. Excuse my blue tongue, I got a Jolly Rancher, you know the drill, every single day after the gym. I don't know why, but it always sounds fire. So anyways, today's topic is the single shift that will completely transform your life, completely change your life, change every single thing in your life, the way you feel, the way you act, the way you think, that will set you in alignment with the version of yourself that you truly want to be, right? So we understand that we work from an inside out perspective, right? If you're coming from a biblical perspective or a scientific perspective, no matter what, they both prove that we go from the inside out, right? Our inside selves are reflected outwardly, right? In the Bible, they talk about it being the inside out kingdom, upside down, many different ways they refer to it, but they say seek first the kingdom of God and the rest shall be poured onto you, right? And so where is the kingdom of God? The kingdom of God is within you. And so what is the kingdom of God? That is your heart, that is your spirit, right? And so if you understand that, you seek first the kingdom of God, that means you first seek inside and then the rest will be poured onto you. And then if you look at it from a scientific perspective, you look at the law of perpetual transmutation, where it talks about any idea held in the mind must move into physical form by law, right? Energy is always moving into form and energy is always flowing through us. Therefore, any idea we hold in our mind is moving into physical form. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Anyways, so no matter what perspective you're coming at or coming from, you understand that we work from the inside out, right? Or from a higher to a lower nature, just like electricity. We work from a higher to a lower. So we work from our spiritual to our intellectual, right? Because our intellect is what connects us to the spiritual world. And then we have our physical mind, our physical body, or our brain and our physical body, right? So we go from spiritual, intellectual, physical. So the trick is, if we understand that it's an upside down, inside out kingdom that we live in, right? Then you have to understand that what that means is things are backwards. So a lot of people, they think that we have to get something before we give something. We think that we have to get the millions before we can feel like a millionaire. We think that we have to get the car before we can be someone who has the car, right? But the truth is, that's what keeps you stuck. That's the very thing that keeps you in the same spot, is because you're waiting for the outside world to change, but the outside world is simply a reflection of who you are inside. And so if you're relying on the outside world to cause you to change, I don't know why I always forget what light I turn on. I think it's because I'm so into my filming. Anyways, so you have to realize if this is upside down, inside out, then that means that you have to do things backwards, which means that first you must be something before you can get something, right? And so a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, well, I know what I want. I want this much money. I want this car. I want this house. I want this job or this business, right? And the way they look at it is as if they're looking at it with binoculars, right? It's like some distant object, some distant goal, some distant obstacle, something far away from them that they, one day I hope I can reach that. But that's the very thing that keeps you reaching, right? Because think of it like if you're reaching for the box of cereal at the top of the pantry, but you can't reach it. No matter how long you keep reaching, it's not moving any closer, right? It just doesn't work. And so you have to understand that we are upside down people. We're inside out people. So you need to go inside, become who you want to become, and then that will reflect on the outside. So if, for example, you want to be a millionaire, right? That's your goal. Or no, let's actually do something physical, like a car, okay? Let's say you want a new car, whether it's a Lamborghini or just something simple, I don't know, it doesn't matter. So say imagine your dream car, right? So what most people do is they're like, I want a Lamborghini. And they look at it as like, oh, that's so sick. Like, I want that Lamborghini, oh my God, like, oh my God, like, that'd be so sick. And so they never look at it from a place of ownership. So who do you think, what message do you think you are communicating to your inner self when you look at it as a distant object, as like a trophy almost, right? Well, what you're doing is you're telling it, I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it, which is then reflected into your outer circumstance. So this is what true faith is. It's belief in the unseen, and it's giving thanks for what you know is coming before there's any physical evidence that it's coming. That's faith. Faith is believing in the unseen. So you must take mental ownership of whatever it is that you desire before you get it, before you have it. You must be a millionaire before you have millions. You must be famous before you have fame. You must have I don't know, you must have the Rolls Royce before you ever have a Rolls Royce. Because your very energy, your very inner self and inner being and inner dialogue and inner beliefs and all of your inner self is what creates your outer world. So if you constantly look at things from a distant perspective, you're going to keep things at a distance. If you are always viewing your goals as a distant desire, they will forever remain there. It is not until you use your mental faculties to shift your perception to thinking from the end. Live in the new house, drive the new car, have the money in your account, live in that now, feel that now, experience that now, and that is what will move it into form. Feel gratitude for it, right? So we understand, if you look at my last videos, I talk a lot about gratitude. Gratitude is an action which brings an equal reaction. So now let me ask you something. If we are inside out people, so that means that who we are inside is reflected outwardly, then if you go inside, you see yourself as someone who has what it is that you desire. You give gratitude to God for giving what you are desiring, because you know that once you have it internally, you will get it externally, right? Inside out. Do you think there's anything more powerful than that? If you can go inside, you can go within. You can seek first the kingdom of God, right? You go within. You experience what it is you want to experience. You feel it as real. You show gratitude for that, and you give gratitude for it all the time, throughout the day, every day. You can't just go into prayer, go into meditation once a day for 20 minutes and feel great and feel, on fire, and then go into the real world and be like, oh my gosh, and just think completely contradictory thoughts. You have to live it. It doesn't say pray from the end. I say live from the end. So that's the one shift that will change your life, is understanding that you won't get something until you are something. You have to become something before you can have something. So if you want something, you must become the person that has it, and then that is what will bring it into your life. So as long as you wait for the external world to change for you to change, you will forever be waiting. You will forever be reaching. You will forever be desiring. But the second that you go inside, you experience it and you own it mentally, internally, spiritually, and you give gratitude for it, is the second that your life changes. It is the second you will feel the internal shift. You will no longer desire because you already have it. So that was a banger. I already know. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you in the next one.